Lakers.
We live.
Yes, sir.
What's up,
Yes,
guys? How
sir.
you guys doing today?
All right, bro. This your boy Fitness.
Fitness and travel life. And we have who else?
I'm Mr. Dakis.
Yeah, that's cool. So now we're
Traveling.
waiting to see.
I'm gonna just keep it basic.
All right. Is it like a delay? Is it like a delay with StreamYard? Because I'm waiting now.
No,
Nobody's
you
on
good.
there. Yeah.
Oh,
People on there. I can't see who's on there.
I don't know how, man. There should be people on there. Or probably
no, okay, there they go. All right, I see 7 people.
Trust me, they coming, bro.
All right. What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Y'all come on in. Get your seat. Put your feet. Get y'all in here.
Let's start by hitting that like button, people. Let's go.
Yeah, we got
like and share.
Like and share. We got like 7 people. We got 14 people in the live right now. What's up, guys? How you doing today? Let me reintroduce them. We have Fitness and Travel Life. He's a YouTuber. And also we got Mr. Dakis. You guys want to talk a little bit about yourself real quick?
Yeah. You know, I'm Fitness. I know some of y'all probably know who I am by now. You know, I've been following Philly for a while now. You know, he's one of my favorite YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? It's a pleasure to be here today.
Man, appreciate it.
Yeah, man. You know, I'm Haitian. You know, living in South Florida. You know, about like an hour away from Miami. You know what I'm saying? I started traveling last year. I've been to Colombia. That's the only country I've really been to, but I had a good time over there. So it was a good experience for me, you know. And you know, I've been here in the States for about like 23 years now. I came to the States when I was 16. I went to high school for a couple years. That's where I was. I learned all my English. You know what I'm saying? I lived in Boston for a couple years, you know, and then you know, in Jersey for a little bit, and now I'm back in Florida for good. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's all I can say for now. You know what I mean?
All right, and we got Mr. Dakis. He's another upcoming YouTuber. Tell him a little bit about yourself, Mr. Dakis. Mr. Dakis, let him know.
First, Philly Dom, I want to say thank you for having me on. It's a pleasure for you to have me on your live. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate it. I've been following you for a minute. So it really is a big deal for me to be on your platform. So first of all, I appreciate that.
That's all right. So what's up, guys?
So as far as giving my little profile, I just keep it basic. My name is Mr. Dakis from Wilmington, Delaware. I've been traveling since '04, and like that's been my passion since then. You know, so I'm just gonna keep it like that.
Yeah. What's up, my boy? Legit Private. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. Shout out to Big D. Shout out to Downtown. Kilo K, man. Kilo K. Whoa. I think Philly froze a little bit. Yeah, Philly froze a little bit.
He froze.
Yeah, it froze a little bit, man. But
matter of fact, Fitness, I want to give a shout out to you too, because you also helped me with my platform too. So it's not going unnoticed. So like once I start doing my lives and everything, I want to make sure I put you down too. So I really appreciate you too.
No
it's
problem,
not unnoticed.
No problem, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Always a pleasure, man. Yeah, I'm in West Palm Beach, Florida. You know what I'm saying? I think the question for my from Legit Private. Yeah, I'm in West Palm Beach, Florida, man. I'm about like an hour away from Miami. Yeah, man. So yeah, we waiting on Philly Dom. You know, we can talk about something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You can drop some knowledge, Dakis.
Yeah.
Where you been to, you know what I'm saying? How long you've been traveling, you know what I'm saying? Things like that.
Why I just get into like why I started traveling is like, you know, I was like always watching them those foreign movies. So it's like I always been interested in like different countries and how things work. And then it's like before you know it, one day I used to live in a neighborhood that was mostly like it was like mixed with black and Hispanic. Like Puerto Rican and Dominican, and so I was like, I wanted to know what it's like to go and where they come from, and in that neighborhood they had a lot of different immigration type agencies, so it was easy for me to get my passport and everything because everything was all in one vicinity. When you get your picture taken, like the post office was right near there, so that's where you can get your passports. I was like, I'm always just take care of it now and just get over and done with it. That was back in 03.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. Sorry about the connection, guys. Sorry about that. I'm back up. Sorry about the connection. So for you guys today, I got some questions. I have some questions to ask you guys, but let me get a second. Let me see some of these people, some of the comments, and then I'm gonna ask you some questions because I wanted the questions is what questions should I ask a traveler? So I'm gonna ask you guys some questions, but give me 1 second. Let me see some of these comments real quick. Downtown said, I guess he said okay. Big D said, what's up, fellas? Big D said, what's up, fellas? You got Legit. He said, what's up, guys? Legit said, where are you at in Florida, Fitness? They asked a question, where are you at in Florida?
Yeah, I already answered that. So.
Oh, okay. Then Arlene Wade, we will well, my three brothers. We will well my three brothers. Okay. Then Arlene Wade said, happy Sunday. Then Mad said, what's up, fellas? Okay. Then Arlene said, Philly Dom. Let's see. Philly Dom Fitness in Vegas. Okay. So let me start with the questions, man. I'll try to be professional today, so I got some questions for you guys.
On the case, he got the hat like a detective.
The first question, I don't know, whatever one of you guys want to answer first, but the first question is, when you travel to, what do you travel for? Do you like the feeling? When you travel, I'm gonna reword it. When you travel to these different countries or different places you've been, do you feel like it's the world gets smaller to you, or does the world grow to you?
I honestly feel like the world is a bigger place than I thought. Because and then to learn about different culture and to see how the people how they receive me, and how they happy to see me, and then the culture is totally different from the States, so yeah, man. But I really love traveling, man, just for to learn about different culture. I always like to learn about different cultures, it's always a pleasure for me, yeah. I always want to learn different language as well.
Okay, the same thing for you, Mr. Degas. Like when you travel, do you feel like the world it shrinks to you, or it grows to you? When
it seems like it's growing. Like in some aspects, it seems like it's like the world is smaller only because of the communication. We got different forms of communication now where you can connect. You got WhatsApp, Viber, YouTube, not YouTube, but like you got Facebook, all these different means of communication, but it's not the same as if you were in a different country. You could go to like a tourist attraction in that area, and it might seem convenient, but it's really not something that you can grasp when you overseas until you go on the outskirts and like live like a local. And things are cheaper. You see how people are a little bit more hospitable, and you learn how people do things differently than when you was in the U.S.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That makes definitely a lot of sense. I could probably even answer the question too for myself. I guess when I travel, it basically broadens my horizon, and it breaks down like negative stereotypes, because I can give an example. Me going through El Salvador, I mean, I heard nothing but negativity about El Salvador. So when I arrived through El Salvador, I was in complete shock, because the world, or I call it old media, shout out to my boy, what's his name, Boxing Eagle. He always uses that. Old media painted El Salvador in such a negative light. I was scared to death when my bus rolled into that country. I didn't know what to expect, and when I got there, it was basically totally opposite of what they said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not saying they don't have their crime and problems like any other country, but the way the media painted the El Salvador was like the second you get shot, robbed, and raped all in 5 minutes of you landing in the country. And it's nothing. It was far stretched from that from what I saw. You know, growing up in Philly, man, I grew up in some rough places, man. My family's from Haiti, so I know a rough place where I can see it. I can fill out a dangerous area or neighborhood or city, and I didn't get that impression of El Salvador like that. So I think you understand the world better. So I think I grows, but you also it strengthens. Not I mean your what can I say? You grow as a person, but also the world gets a little smaller because now you know a little bit about this area that you didn't know before, and you're not getting secondhand source. You're not getting it from a YouTuber. You're not getting it from the media. You're not getting it from some friends that been there. You actually, your boots was on the ground. You walked around out in that city or that town, and it's totally different with what they say.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's facts, man. Facts.
So I got another question for you guys. Philly Dom is the king of questions.
I think we got some questions in the chat too. I think we got some questions in the chat too.
Okay, let me see. Let me. Oh man, I see what you're saying now. Okay, hold on. Okay. Kenneth said McDonald put the thumbs up. Fitness and travel life. Arlene Wade, our sister. Let me keep on. Douglas Anderson said, for each guest, where have you traveled? How many times? And which place is your favorite?
Yeah, I'm gonna answer that first because Baker's got a long list, man. But I've only been to Colombia, just twice. But unfortunately, because of this pandemic, you know what I'm saying, I had planned to travel to different countries, you know what I'm saying, at least 4 times a year this year. But unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, my flight was canceled and all of that stuff. So I've only had some experience in Colombia. But I learned a lot from traveling. So now I pretty much think that, you know what I'm saying, I have the experience. I'm comfortable enough to travel all by myself. And I learned, what I'm saying, a lot about the Colombian culture. So, I'm pretty much, I can say that I'm used to travel now. I don't feel uncomfortable anymore if I travel by myself. You know what I mean?
All right. And then I guess Mr. Dakis.
Okay, so I've been to in no particular order. I've been to Ghana, Trinidad, Canada, England 10 times, Lithuania. Did I say South Africa?
No, you didn't say South Africa.
Okay, South Africa, Ethiopia 7 times, Dominican Republic. That's it.
Okay.
Oh, and Jamaica.
In Jamaica. They said out of them, and then he asked out of them, what's your favorite country? Which we already know, but
yeah.
Let them know.
Go ahead, Fitness.
You already know, man. Colombia.
Okay. Yeah, well, my favorite country of all time is Ethiopia.
Yeah. I'm from Haiti, but my favorite country is Colombia, man.
Yeah.
Not even the U.S., bro. Colombia is my favorite. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And why is these countries your favorite countries? Describe a little bit why you love or like or enjoy being in them, the 2 countries, Colombia and Ethiopia. I guess Fitness, you could talk first.
Man, Colombia for me, like it's the way the people, you know what I'm saying, receive me and the type of love they showed me. I met a lot of friends. They were like loyal people. They didn't want anything from me, just to show me around. And I really like the culture because the people were like really nice people. Laid back. You know what I'm saying, very happy people. You know what I'm saying? They didn't try to use me, or you know what I'm saying, they only showed me nothing but, you know what I'm saying, like love. The hospitality was crazy. You know, I had a great time, good experience from my own personal experience. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can say that, you know, Colombia is my favorite country. Even here, you know, in America, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying anything bad, you know what I'm saying, about the country, you know what I'm saying, as far as like work, you know what I'm saying, like concern, you know what I'm saying. Here is like a better option, but for anything else, you know, I didn't witness any type of racism, you know what I'm saying, like, or anything like that when I was in Colombia. You know, it was just mutual. The feeling was awesome. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's why I feel like Colombia is, you know, is my favorite country.
Okay. And Mr. Dacus, why is Ethiopia your favorite country?
I actually, you know, my first time going to Ethiopia, it was a bit challenging for me because of the language. It's not the same as other African countries because they didn't experience colonization the same as other ones. They did fight against Italy, but they were able to push them back. So they were able to hold on to their culture and they held on to their language. You know, this like the way like their letters is a different script than like the different words that you will see, you know, because most other African countries, they have their own language and they also have English as their form of communication. So the culture for one, and then like I did like when I went the second time, I took the chance to learn again about the culture and the language, and that's when I started to like it more because that by me learning the language, you know, different phrases, and you know, stepping out of like the tourist areas, I started to like experience a lot of hospitality. Like I mean, like believe it or not, and I'm telling the truth. Well, I had the Flavor Love DVD. Remember when they had the Flavor Love with Flavor Flav?
Yeah, I remember the show.
So it was one night where it was a blackout, and like they like the hotel people, they knocked on my door and was like, they asked if I was okay. And I'm like, nah, I'm cool. You know what I mean? Because it's like me, I'm laid back. It's like, you know, whatever. So they was like, you know, knock on my door again. Was like, why don't you come down with us at the in the lobby? Just hang out with us. I'm like, okay. So I took my laptop down and I had the Flavor Love. We was all in the lobby just watching watching DVDs. It's like I was saying to myself, you would never get away with nothing like that in the States. It's like I'm up there chilling with the hotel workers. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so it was like every night that I was there, and like every time I came back, I was always hanging out in the hotel with the workers, with the employees.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, so it's really laid back, like a cool vibe.
Yeah.
They laid back, cool vibe type of people. And then I guess he wanted me to answer that question too. Man, I've been to Canada, obviously the US, Haiti, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Brazil, no, Belize, not Brazil, Belize, Guatemala, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Panama, Colombia, Germany, France, Italy, Denmark. It might be one more or another country. Can't remember right now, but that's about that. That's the countries that I can remember right off the rip. But out of all the countries, El Salvador.
Okay.
El Salvador. That's the one that sticks out. And it's not like the landscape or anything like that. It's the people. When you go to, one thing I learned when you travel to these different countries, the first thing you're going to encounter is how the people react to you. And I got a good vibe from all the people in El Salvador. They were very friendly, welcoming, and outgoing. So I would have to say that's why that's my favorite country, because I thought so much negative about the country. So I was going in there with a negative mindset that, you know, I might get robbed, I might get this, I might get that happen to me. And I went there. The people were the opposite of that. I think maybe because the country's been through so many problems and stuff, the people are really trying to show that they're not bad people, but they really went out of their way to show me a good time, and they were like And I mean, like I talked to people from El Salvador today, like for me to do the StreamYard today to set up this StreamYard. This is my first time going on StreamYard. And my friend from El Salvador, D, she sat with me and helped me set it up. That's how I set it up.
Okay.
But she's, you know, she's good. Yeah, so I mean, she's from El Salvador. They never turn their back on me, man. And I get frequent calls from El Salvador all the time. And what, I ain't been there since January. January 13th was like the last. January 11th or 12th was the last day, 2020, that I was in El Salvador. And the people, yeah, and they still keep in contact with me. They good people, man.
Yeah,
you know, it might change. It could change if I go to the motherland. Maybe I might like Ethiopia. Maybe I might like Nigeria. Maybe I might like Ghana. Maybe I might like Kenya. Like, you know, I might go to Eastern Europe. I might like one of them countries. So it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot, you know. But for now, right now, 2020, September is definitely El Salvador. And you know, Haiti's in my heart, man. I mean, Haiti is in my heart. Haiti's like a wife you can't divorce. So I mean, Haiti's in my heart. That was from day one. So you know what I mean. So I can't say it's my favorite country because it's a part of me. It's always there. Like it's never.
Of course.
It's never going. Like you having a kid. Like it's my family. It's like it's not going nowhere.
Yeah, man. I feel you on that, man.
Let me see. Did they say people asking some more questions? Let me see. And then we'll I have another question for you guys. Jay said true. Jay Georgia said true that about Ethiopia.
Yeah.
And he talking about the language they speak. What's that language?
Amharic.
Amharic. Yeah, what he just said. Okay, because I was going to butcher that. And then Jay George said Ethiopia is very ancient. It's a very ancient civilization. And we got Brown. What's up? Brown Sugar. That's my cousin there. I love Denmark. What was your experience, Dom? One thing about Denmark, the people. I was in Copenhagen. The people are very friendly. Like I told you, when I travel, if the people turn me off, I'm not gonna have a good time. Word. I went to if they turn me off, the first couple people I meet or the first couple days, I mean, Mr. Dagas and Fitness, y'all can probably attest to this.
Of course.
Yeah, that's gonna turn you off. But man, the people were very friendly, very outgoing. So what could I say, man? I would tell people to at least try Denmark, go to Denmark, check it out. What could else I say, man? It was just a cool vibe there, but like I said, El Salvador is number one. That one sticks out of my head more than any other place. So I hope I answered your question, Brown Sugar. And who else we got here? Some of stuff coming in now. Mrs. Kiss, good food. Oh, it's good food in El Salvador. Jay said PD, slick, or historical Haiti. Historical Haiti. The DR. They start naming the DR because I had a problem yesterday in the DR, man, which is I made a rookie mistake. And both of you guys, fitness and travel, you guys can attest to this. Yeah. I jumped on the photo. I was rushing because I wanted to go get some jeans, some clothes, because I left Haiti only with a couple outfits, like 5 outfits. I just threw it in my backpack and came to Haiti. So, you know, I was like, man, I'm tired of wearing the same clothes. I got to get some new fits. So I went to this place called it's in like a downtown area called Duarte, and I jumped on the motor where I'm staying at. Of course, if the regular price is $150, but I didn't ask the guy. Like when you in these countries, man, everybody that's watching, when you in these countries, make sure you ask the price of everything.
Yeah,
make sure you ask the price because they got this thing called gringo prices. And we argued for 20 minutes. I feel like body slamming the guy, man. We argued for 20 minutes for the price. When I got off, I gave him the 150, 150 pesos, like I always do since I've been in the slick DR. That's why this guy was like, they call it the slick DR now. Yeah. So I'm in the slick DR, and the guy wanted 500 pesos. If anybody been in DR, that's like $10, $8.
That's $10, man. Yeah. That's New York price.
He only drove me like 10 blocks, 10 or 15 blocks. He took me to the other side of the country, not the city, but the other side of the country or something. And we argued, and I was like, I demand the police. I got rights and all that. The police never came. So it was some Haitian people that was there. It was some Haitian people was there. They was like, yo, just give him the money, man. He burnt. Just give him the money because we were like in each other's face. We was about to go down, boy. I was about to WWF him, yo. Yeah, I was pissed. I was pissed off. So I just gave him the money, man.
You know what I'm saying? You did the right thing, bro. Like get away from that, you know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. Just, you know what I'm saying, it was a bad experience. You know what I'm saying? Just
charge it to the game.
Yeah, don't let it happen to you, bro. You know? That's all.
Lesson learned, you know?
Yeah.
Lesson learned.
We got a lot of people in the chat, man. You need to...
Maybe y'all can help me with the comments, because somebody can help me because they coming so fast. Oh man, let me start somewhere.
Yeah, start somewhere, man, because we got a lot of.
Okay, I'm gonna start at Jay Georgia said, "How was the pizza, Brother Love?" Shout out to Brother Love, he in the live. Shout out to Brother Love, he's in the live. Nadine, how you doing today, Nadine Williams? She's giving my information. I appreciate you, Nadine. Brother Love in Haiti said, Jay George, peace, brother. Then MTV said, smash the like button, Nadine. I'm trying to look for a question. Nadine said, what did he say? Nadine put up some smiley faces. Arlene Wade put a smiley faces. And then Chilltown said 150 pesos is like how much in American money? It's every 50 cents is like $1, so that's like $3.
Yeah.
It's
like
$3. $3.
Yeah.
Which is more than enough on a moto driving you like 12 blocks or 15 blocks, like like lottery, like almost. Because I'm sure they don't pay that much. They probably pay 100.
No. Can I add a story that relate to that?
Yeah,
real quick,
my brother. Go ahead and hit
I condensed it. Yeah, because I'm glad you said to make sure that you negotiate before you get in there, because I had experience. It wasn't me, but it was a guy that I was with that when we were in the Dominican Republic, and these were locals. And make a long story short, like the taxi driver, he already seemed like he was impatient. Like he was up there like clicking his fingers like pay, pay, pay. And the two other people that got in the car, they were like brothers. So what happened was they got in the car, but the guy was supposed to get out of, he had a shorter stop than his relative. So when it was time, so they got in the car, and it was like 6 of us in the car. So once they got in the car and the taxi driver took off, he was like clicking his fingers, like telling them to hurry up and pay. The guy that was getting off on a shorter route than his relative had to pay the same amount as his, I guess, brother or cousin or whoever. But the taxi driver was like, no, you ain't paying. You paying the same amount as he's paying. But he was like, I'm getting off shorter. And the taxi driver was like, I don't care where you getting off. This is how much you paying. He's paying this much, and you paying this is. And this was what was told to me, like translated. Wow. And he said, yeah. So they started going back and forth, just arguing, just like you were just saying. They was arguing back and forth, and all of a sudden, words was getting thrown, su madre, su madre, su madre. And all of a sudden it went, and you know when they go to like talking to moms, that's fighting words. So all of a sudden it went from su madre to what you want to do. So the taxi driver, he slammed the brakes. We all just like getting whiplash in the middle of the street. And the taxi driver was like, oh, you ready to get it on? We can get it on. So we slammed on the brakes and they arguing. And meanwhile, I got my ankle that snapped. And they like, so the guy just ended up, he paid and just got out the car. Wow. And I feel like if he'd go negotiated and said, you know, this is where I'm getting off shorter, can I pay less than that? And if the guy would have said no, then they just could have got on another taxi. But because he didn't negotiate and the taxi driver took off, he pretty much had to say. So it's like to avoid conflict, he was like, you know what? Everybody was like, just pay him.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so yeah, bro. Yeah, overseas, man, in those countries, like, you know what I'm saying, negotiation is like #1 key, bro.
Number one.
Prices and catching a cab, bro. Like, you gotta negotiate. If not, man, they're gonna play you, bro. And you gotta pay them. You can't. You know what I'm saying?
You know, you're right, because the cops ain't on your side. The people from that country ain't on your side. Like it could go south. Yeah, I just lost my temper yesterday on that one. I was just like gone. I was gone, man. If them guys didn't bring me back, man, I was gonna body slam him, man. I was done with him. Like, I was done talking, man. I was done talking. But it's a rookie mistake. It's a rookie mistake that people when
it happens.
Travel, you have to negotiate the price. And even when you get Uber, you got to make sure that when you see your fare, like when you getting out of that Uber, make sure you see what your fare is. Because the guy will tell you a price and you'll give him money and he'll drive off and still have your Uber tab running for like another mile or two. So you got to make sure he closes that, that account, that drive time, and give you your, because sometimes they'll just tell you a price. And if you ain't paying attention, you just got to be aware, especially when you're in them third world countries. When you're in them third world countries, when places like France and Germany and countries like that, they operate how the US operates, so you ain't gonna get the when you in like third world, you know what I mean, people. When you in them third world countries, be on your P's and Q's.
Right. Yeah.
If you gonna go out drinking and partying and all that, at least let one of y'all, somebody in your crew, be on his P's and Q's, because they will burn you like at the restaurant, they will burn you at the bars, they will burn you with the transportation, they will burn you with anything you can imagine if you ain't on your P's and Q's.
Yep.
They'll try to pickpocket you. They'll just got to be on your P's and Q's. Not saying the countries are bad, but they just the struggle is real, man. The struggles are real in these countries, man.
Yeah.
They provide, man.
They got to provide. So anything for $1. Yeah. And then we got Nadine said, attention family, hit the like. Then we got Life in Haiti. Hello, everybody. That's Marie from Life in Haiti. Shout out to you,
hey, Marie.
Yeah, she got the YouTube channel. Everybody knows she is. She's the biggest thing out of Haiti right now. And you got Arlene Wade. Those jeans look good, though. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because I did a video when I bought the jeans, and I was working. If you watch my last video, I'm marching down the street. Like, I was going to body slam that guy. Man, the only thing bad I didn't do, I should have pulled out my camera and started recording when we got into it. So I could have put him on blast. Everybody in the DR see who he is, and nobody would do business with him. He would have got blacklisted in this country. Or at least no people from the States or Canada or Europe would have then dealt with him. And Mike K said, hi, Philly. And Haitian Gladiator said, what the Gladiator? They move so fast. He said, what's up, I guess. And let me read some more of these comments. Some lady said, Philly Dom, laugh out loud. Look, you going to body slam the guy. Yeah, I feel like bodies. I wanted him to be physically hurt, like really feel my presence. I wanted him like damn, I would never would go again. Like I wanted him to feel my presence.
Put the paws on him.
Yeah, I want him like when he go back to his house with his wife, he go back and he lay up in the bed like, I gotta stop cheating these American guys. I did this to you. I did this to you. Like, I want him, like, one of the mafia guys when they put their work in, they like, I did this to you. Yeah, so you know what time it is. Every time he hear Philly Dom name, he get hurt. Like, oh man, that dude's crazy. Let me give y'all. I got another question for you guys.
Yeah, hit that like button. Give me a second. Hit that like button, everybody. We need to hit that like button because we only have 19 likes. I don't know if I'm correct about that, but
and y'all can also share this. Share the link to your groups, your Facebook groups. Share it with your WhatsApp groups, Viber. Tell everybody to come in and join the chat.
Yeah, and I want to give a shout out, special thanks to Arlene.
Arlene,
Life in Haiti, and we got Mr. Miami, Nadine Williams, Brother Love in Haiti, and the whole chat. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who's watching right now, shout out to y'all, man. Yeah.
All right, then let me man, should I read some more comments? Should we read some more comments, or do you think we should answer another question?
You should.
We got any questions or whatever?
Oh, okay. Yo, anybody want to help me out with the comments real quick? I see Mr. Miami left a comment. What did he say there?
Mr. Miami.
Yeah.
I had almost whooped a non-yellow cab in Veradero, Cuba, trying to gouge me. Hotel
you're trying to get him?
Hotel had my back, not the government. not the government taxi. The government is tourist friendly. Okay.
Yeah. We got KC. He said, "A Uber driver charged $300 from near the American airport to Boca Chica. I took another ride for $6. I told the Uber driver to fire him. I told Uber to fire him, even though I didn't take the ride. Oh, he was trying to charge somebody $300, an Uber driver, to get to Boca Chica, which is like 45 minutes, maybe 35 minutes. Not that far from the airport.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Yeah, when he took another Uber, it was only $6. See what I mean? So you just got to be on your P's and Q's.
Yeah. Well, when I went to Boca Chica, I took the the little bus, the little shuttle bus. Yeah, so that's what I did. I mean, I guess people have different preferences for how they want to travel, but for me, I try to keep things like cheap. So that's how I got there.
Yeah, I'm like you, man. I like to keep it cheap. That's how I've been on the road so long. If I'm like really trying to ball out and really do it, that's another thing, man. That's even another. We can do a video on that. That's like you gotta like budget, because I mean, some people you can go there with a couple grand and blow through it because you think like, you're in a third world country, it's cheap. You're like, but when you're spending $200, $300, $400, $500 a day, it adds up pretty fast. So you gotta put yourself on a budget.
I've had that experience in Colombia. I thought I wasn't spending, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, my money is long, you know what I mean? So when I spent like $200, I didn't even realize it, bro. Like in 2 days, I spent $200 US, bro. Like, I'm like, man, so I learned from that, bro. Like, I won't make that mistake anymore, man. You know? You won't even, realize it.
All right, we're gonna answer this one question. From this guy, Joe Montana. Joe Montana, he's from El Salvador, man. He used to be one of my haters, but we know we straightened that relationship out, Joe Montana, right? So we friends now.
That's what's up.
When I was in El Salvador, but I straightened them out. We good. We both.
Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out to him. I'm gonna answer this question. He said, hey guys, can you answer my question I have for you on your comment about what are your experiences with the girls in each country? I guess he wants to know about the girls in each country.
Well,
y'all go first.
Well, I had some bad experiences. I had some good ones. Some of the women, that I met, they were like, they were like playing games. You know what I mean? Asking me for money, things like that. But I walked away before I even let them. You know what I'm saying? Let them use me.
And that's in Colombia. That's in Colombia, right?
In Colombia, yeah. And I also met some good ones, but I didn't really have any bad experiences. But I only pretty much had like good experiences, and I can't really say anything bad, pretty much. All you gotta do just, be on your P's and Q's, and how the game go. You can't just, just that because you think you got a little money, you just letting the girls play you. You know what I mean? You gotta understand, you gotta be aware, because some of them play games, but I didn't let that happen to me. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as I find out they try to, take some money out of me, I'm like, I just walked away. You know what I mean? So, but I've met some cool chicks over there too. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in contact with them. You know what I'm saying? They wait on me to get back to Colombia. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Mr. Dacus.
What about you? So for me, for me, I could go all night, but I'll just keep it short. I did notice, like in Jamaica, it's real easy to establish friendships with females. I will say, like, as far as Jamaica's concerned, this is my personal opinion. Maybe somebody could disagree, but like a lot of the girls from like the country girls on the outskirts, like outside of Kingston, they're a little bit laid back. They seem like they remind me of the girls from the South. They're very hospitable. South Africa, I met a female. She was pretty laid back. We had a nice intellectual conversation.
Okay.
As far as Ethiopia is concerned, I've had pretty good experiences. I will say, like, Ethiopian women are very conservative. So if you're looking for like to get involved in the mango stock exchange, you're not going to get very far in Ethiopia. But if you're like so if you're like a professional guy, you consider yourself a gentleman, you will go far in Ethiopia. Like some girls, they are very family orientated. So if you're going on a date, it was like I'm not sure if it's like that now because they are a little bit more laid back. But when I was there, like the first time, when I went on a date with a girl, I ended up going with her and her father, and another girl I was on a date with. I was with her and her brother, and then it's like her and her father and her brother. So yeah, but it's really easy to, like, if you want to go out on a date. Yeah, it's like, you go up to them. It's like, I like the know if we can go out on a date, coffee, because they're really real good on like the coffee culture, like going and sitting down, have a discussion over some tea or coffee or whatever. So I've had some pretty good experiences.
I guess, man, let me talk about
go ahead.
I'm gonna just talk about the island. I'm gonna just talk about the island of Haiti and the Dominican Republic. I'm gonna touch on it real brief. You can definitely find some good women in Haiti. But if you're dealing with some women in Haiti, man, fitness can probably back me up on this. The struggle is real down there. So they really looking for a husband. So if you're gonna talk to a girl in Haiti, you're gonna have to be everything to them really fast. Like it's too. We could do a video on this alone, but you would have to be everything to them pretty fast. Like, you know what I mean?
Because the provider.
Yeah, the provider, a place to stay. They're looking for like a husband. They're looking for somebody that's gonna take care of them. Not in a bad way, but they need help over there. So when they meet a Jasperwa or somebody from another country, Canada, Europe, or something like that, and you date them, they looking for you to be everything. So that's just something to let you know if you go to Haiti. You're gonna find girls, they're gonna talk to you, they friendly, they nice and everything, but look forward to, like, you might be proposing to somebody before you leave there, something like that. Yeah, and there's a lot of pretty women there, and they good women. And DR, the Dominican Republic.
Oh,
I would have felt like a bastard. I would have felt like a bastard.
Like, you're right. I've never been to DR, but I already know, bro. Like,
the DR,
I know, man, it's so different.
I skipped it, so I'm not saying nothing. Notice I skipped it. So go ahead.
They have, everywhere you go, you got your good and your bad. So they have some good women. Obviously, somebody's happy married to a Dominican woman. They're having a good life. I got a roommate. She's Dominican. She's a nice woman. But that being said, I would say like 80%, and that's a big number. I'm overdoing it. Maybe 60%. They about money, man. So if you want to talk to them, you better have your papers straight.
Okay.
They operate almost like girls in the United States.
Yeah.
It's about money. That's all I'm gonna say. Everybody know when you say DR, we don't gotta sit here and give you play-by-play detail about the DR. Everybody know what the get down is in the DR. If you don't, you know what I mean? We don't sit here and like, tell you everything is going on down here. But they're about the money. So if you got to pay to play down here, like, and it can get expensive.
Yeah.
Their mindset is similar to the mindset of girls in the States. So yeah. It's not expensive as the States, but you gonna pay to play. Put it like that. So that's all I'm saying about the DR. I wouldn't recommend no guy coming down here trying to find a wife. Like, I'm coming to the DR to marry a good Dominican. If it happened, it happened. But I wouldn't try to search and look to try to find a wife in the DR. And I'm not, no disrespect to the DR. They have a lot of pretty women that are, intelligent, that are good women, that's not into, no playing games, and good women. But a nice little percentage, not everybody, because I don't want to get off this live and I get beat up walking down the street in the DR, but a nice little percentage is into a certain lifestyle, and you got to pay to play down here. I'm just letting you know that's what it is. It's been like that for years. So just to let you guys know, if you don't know, if you're not, what are you talking about, Philly? We Google it.
Yeah.
That's bullying. You understand?
I mean, grew up in Haiti, man. I witnessed a lot of Dominicans, you know what I'm saying, women who used to go to Haiti, and you know, somewhere they call Cafu in Haiti. If I'm Port-au-Prince, yeah, bro. Like, you know, it used to go down. You know what I mean? So they always, you know what I'm saying. They always known to be like Dominican women. You know what I'm saying? That type. But you know, I'm not trying to judge all of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to.
Everybody's not all of them are like that.
Yeah. You find some good ones, you know, but at the same time, it's really they like so aggressive, man. Like Dominican women are so.
I tell them similar to the females in the States. That's how I could describe them.
Yeah.
They're very similar. They're very similar in demeanor, how they approach everything, and how they act. But I mean, shout out
girls,
out, man. They got some fine chicks. Every time I'm walking down the street, I see something fine. So shout out to them.
Yeah, they are beautiful.
Yeah, they are beautiful, man. Shout out to them. But yeah, let me give you guys another question here. If you could pick up one superpower to have while traveling, what would it be?
One superpower?
Yeah, one superpower while you're traveling. What would it be? Like something that, like maybe a superpower. I wish I had all the money. I could have tons of money in my pocket. And I wouldn't have to worry about, where I go, where I eat, or anything like that, or I would know how to talk to the right women or something. I don't know. It's like an open-ended type question. I mean, there's no wrong or right answer for it. It's just your opinion. Yeah, I'll read it again. One superpower to have while traveling, what would it be?
Man, that's.
Oh, I got one.
Go ahead.
Okay, I would be a polyglot, and a polyglot, that's a person who's able to speak multiple languages.
Okay.
Wow.
Because I can't. At first, I would say that I would have endless amounts of money, but the thing is, and this is just my personal opinion, you can't solve every problem with money. Sometimes the more you know and understand the culture, the less money becomes the issue, because with you being a foreigner and people find out that you just got there, they've been banging you in your pockets. But when they realize that you understand the culture and everything, you have the leverage, you can negotiate, and like they're not going to try you as much. And like when you understand both the language and the culture, especially when it comes to negotiating prices, you understand how much the money is, like the numbers, the how to pronounce the currency and everything. So, and especially if you see a female that you like, if you want a nice down home girl, she'll date you, but if just as long as you guys can communicate. Otherwise, she's better off just dating a guy from her own country because she understands. So, as far as I'm concerned, I say polyglot.
Okay. I think I found mine. For me, I wish I had the power to just change the women minds. You know what I'm saying? To tell so they can see that, you know what I'm saying, it's not all about money. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to have money for you to really, you know what I'm saying? Like, really want to vibe with me, and just don't look at me when you see me as a foreigner. You don't just look at me and be like thinking money straight up like that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's not all of them, but most of them, the women abroad, they think that, you know what I'm saying, you got money. You know what I mean? Like, I just wish that they could, you know what I'm saying? Like, like most of them could just look at me like as a person, not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just look at me for the money. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's my answer to that, bro.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going with you, fitness, with that too, man. That the superpower that they don't see me for money, but they get to know me. Because you meet a lot of nice women abroad, like even in the DR, every country you go to. But a lot of them, once they know that you got connections to the States, or you from the States, they see you as money. So you like, yo, is she really trying to talk to me because she likes me, or she likes me because I have money and she see opportunity to change her situation? So that's always in the back of your head. So that's another trade too, guys. When you go abroad, and it's not every country, but third world countries. Because if you go somewhere like France or Europe, people got paper. You're on an even playing field. You meet a girl there, more likely she like you for who you are.
Yeah.
But in some countries that they think about their financial stability, so they always try to they see you as money, and then for some reason they think everybody in the States and Canada and Europe we all have money, and even we do have money, we work hard for it. And rent is expensive, mortgage is expensive, car notes is expensive, kids are expensive, food is expensive, cable TV, groceries. Like it's not a cakewalk where we from. I mean, it looks like a lot of money maybe to somebody from somewhere else, but when you're actually there, when you're actually in the States, it's different. Because I had a friend, he was telling me, he said when he was in Haiti, he's Haitian, he was in Haiti. He said his mom was in Haiti, I mean, in the States a couple years before him. And he used to always ask his mom to send him money. She would send when she can and stuff like that. So he just assumed that she was in the States, she was rich. So his mom ended up getting his papers, bringing them to the States. He said, Philly down, now I'm in the States, all I do is work. He said, I apologize to my mom like every day because I was like putting a lot of pressure on her. I was in Haiti. I didn't understand. Because he said, and his mom being from Haiti, he thought that everybody in the States was like super wealthy. And when he got to stay, his mom had a house, he had a car. But you don't understand, people in the States, they just work. That's why we call it the Matrix, people. It's the Matrix because all you do is it's like you like a little rat on a treadmill, you just running.
Yeah.
It's the States. Over and over.
It costs a lot for you to maintain that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think I see a question from George. Let me answer that real quick. He asked me
no problem.
if I've ever been to Cascade in Corfu. I can't really recall. I can really remember because I left Haiti when I was 16. But I found out about Corfu like when I was about 12. So it's like I don't remember the areas. I don't remember anything about Haiti. I've never been back to Haiti ever since then, ever since I left. So I don't remember the areas. So that's my answer, bro.
He said Corfu, Baselton. Was it Baselton? That's the area in Corfu that I know. I got some friends there. I might be pronouncing it wrong. Baselton, Baselton. I'm saying it wrong, but they know what I'm talking about. It's the area in Corfu.
Can I speak on the things that you both you fellas was talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel exactly where you're going on that one because, and this is not necessarily a gripe or rant. I mean, it is what it is, but at the same time, I see where you guys are going from because in a lot of cases, it is kind of a double standard with like a foreigner because like I'm not gonna give the name of the country, but I noticed there's one country in particular that I see. Like you'll have a female, like she'll get with a guy. Like for as far as a foreigner is concerned, you have the expectation to take care of her and like obviously because you with her, but also help out with the family. But like on the flip side, this particular country, I see like women who are with local guys who don't have a stable job. But they'll have like multiple children by the guy.
Yep, I've seen that.
So they have a different. So you feel me? So they'll have a different expectation for the local men compared to like if she was with a foreigner. You feel me?
That's true. No, you put the nail on the hammer right there.
Okay, different expectation.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So especially I seen that in the DR, man, and I heard. You know what I mean? Like. They have a lot of kids, you know what I'm saying? And then they just want you to take care, of the kids
and they'll be married to the guy, and like still having children by. And again, I'm not gonna give the name of the country, but because I just leave it at that. But I mean, I just want to know if you guys know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly 100%. Okay, right here, understand 100%. What you're talking about, we understand. All right, I see a comment. Let me get it from my boy, Expat at Large. Shout out to you, Expat at Large. What's up, my brother? It's my boy from Tijuana, Mexico. Shout out to you, Expat at Large.
Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you.
Yeah, what's up?
I got that from the mayor. The mayor from Sasua always say that. And then he said the DR isn't really my go-to for women. Rather go to Kenya, They smart, educated. Just my opinion. So he said he rather he said Gary is not his go-to for women. He'd rather go to Kenya because the girls are smart and educated.
That's
Just
true.
just his opinion. Yeah, okay.
African, I think. Let me add up to this. African women, I think African women kind of like, you know what I'm saying. They look at us differently. You know what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that, you know, they're not after the money either, but I think they better. You know what I'm saying. Like, as far as like family oriented. You know.
Yeah, I would say that.
Look at you for the money like that. You know what I mean? Like you know, I don't know if you see what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you will. I will put it this way: there are in Africa, you will find some women who call themselves slave queens. Like in America, you got the women, they call themselves bad bees. You know, they like the expensive clothes and designer this and that. In some places in Africa, you got it's like a small minority, but they are they are making themselves known. So them the kind of girls that like your pockets really gotta be right.
Okay.
And they will fit right in. Like these are the kind of girls that you know, city girls. Them the ones. Just think of city girls with a foreign accent.
Okay.
But as far as like as far as like having a good woman, you can't go wrong with Africa because it's like women are so plentiful. You know, there are way more women in Africa obviously than there are men, and because of the culture, you will find, you know, like I said, like, and I've only been to Ghana, South Africa, and Ethiopia.
Okay.
I only dated one girl in South Africa. She was pretty professional, had a good time with her, but you know, so yeah, and the thing about it is, with you being a foreigner, that will help. That will give you an advantage. Okay. But don't think that because you're from America that people will automatically just want to get you. You still have to prove yourself. So it's like, you know, I always come with the mindset like I always got to tell myself like I got to prove myself, because what makes her want to date me compared to her own countryman? Because the advantage her countryman has is like they both speak the same language and have the same culture. So if she's telling me something, you know, she doesn't have to explain herself more than once, you know, because there are some nuances to communication. So she might say something like, I kid you not, I remember when and the girl was from, like, she was from Kenya, but she was here in the US. So like she was just telling me how much she liked me, and she was like, I'm after your soul. And for somebody like, yeah, so yeah, so when you hear something like that, you know, so it's like for her, it's like that's another way of saying like, I want to get to your heart. Okay. But with somebody like the three of us, it's like when somebody say I'm after your soul, you think it's like somebody trying to suck you like empty. Yeah. So you see what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, she after my soul. Damn.
Yeah. So go ahead. Let me say something real quick.
Go ahead, man.
Unfortunately, you know, Africa is like a little bit far away from me. I think that's why a lot of us don't really go to Africa, because it's a little far away. And then plus, you know, the steps to take to go to visit a country in Africa, a lot of them required a lot of you know, paperwork and visa, you know. They makes it hard for us, you know what I'm saying? So they make it really hard for us, you know what I'm saying, to travel, plus far away. I think that's what you know what I'm saying, issues that, you know, us as black travelers have, you know what I'm saying, with Africa. You know, it's a little bit too far, you know, and they're like too strict, you know.
In a visa situation, it's a little, like you said, a couple steps. When you can go to Europe, you can just jump on a plane and go to Europe, and you're good. You can go to Canada, like, you know what I mean. You can go all through Central and South America with a American passport. You good, and then there, I think you gotta have a visa before you get there. It's like little steps, man. And I think, and it's far. Plus, the plane ride ain't around the corner either. So you gotta plan it well. You gotta plan it well.
That's why you see a lot of guys, they go to like if they want to date a black female from another country, a lot would prefer to go to Brazil and Colombia
Yeah, they right there.
I don't. Me personally, see, and that's the thing about Ethiopia when like they changed it. But when I was going like in the early 2000s, the visa would cost $70, but it would last for 2 years.
Okay.
So that was the advantage for me because it was like once I paid that $70, I mean that 2 year visa, I could just I would just go back to back.
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So that was the advantage for me.
Okay, Mr. Diggins, let me ask you something because
yes, sir.
You the brother that been to Africa.
Yeah,
I got friends in Sudan, right next to, I guess it's right next to Kenya. So if I flew to Ethiopia, he was telling me to fly to Ethiopia. I wish I had an African map here to look at it. He was telling my friend was telling me to fly to Ethiopia. So he said they have flights every day out of New York to Ethiopia. Stay in Ethiopia for a couple of days, and he said I could take a bus. He said I would have to get a visa that I can get in Ethiopia for. Is it Kenya or what's right next to? What country is? I feel bad. What country is right next to Ethiopia? Is it Kenya or Sudan?
Kenya. You got Kenya, yeah.
Okay, he was saying go to Ethiopia and then I can take a bus through Kenya. It's not hard to get a Kenyan visa. Is that true? And then I can get Sudan visa.
You could catch a bus. The thing is, when you do it by bus, you can get the visa on arrival when you get to the border.
That's why he was telling me to
and you just pay it. Okay. Yeah. The thing about it is, I don't know how long it's going to take.
Okay.
But you could do it so that's true. You just get it right as soon as they get at the border. You just pay your money. I don't know if you need any shots or whatever.
Yeah, I think the yellow fever.
But yeah,
I think you want the yellow fever.
You can pay that on the spot too. Yup.
Oh, okay. Well, let me ask you guys some more questions. Unless y'all see somebody in the live that got a question.
Yeah, dude, we got a lot of people, man. Give a couple of shout outs and look at the comment.
Shout out to Lola J. Okay, I'm calm now. Then Jay Georgia said Bizzleton PD. Okay, Bizzleton, he talking about in Kafu. And then 99 said, hey Philly Dom, Detroit 99. What's up, Detroit in the building? KC said, you talking about the Philippines? I guess something you said.
So anyway, so basically, see what I'm saying is basically, my dude. So anyway, we're gonna change the subject. We're gonna change the subject to something else. We're gonna change the subject. We're gonna change the subject. So it's not to. We don't want to tarnish the brand of Philly Dom. We're gonna change the subject. We're gonna change the subject. We're gonna change the subject.
Yo, they be going hard. Oh, man.
We gonna change the subject.
Okay, Johnny Montana, you really love the girls, man. He said, how are the girls in Europe like in looks, attitude, do they speak English and are they easy to? Oh my God,
the girls from where?
From Europe. He basically how they look, do they speak English and are they easy to you bang compared to the U.S. girls? What is the best country for fun girls? Oh my God!
No comment.
You got expats.
What's your pocket? What's your pockets right? What's your pockets like? That's the answer to your question. What's your pockets right?
You heard him, Mr. Davis said, "How your pockets looking?"
Basically, anywhere.
I would tell you. I mean, I ain't never been there. I was supposed to go there. Serbia, Eastern Europe. Go to Eastern Europe, man. They speak.
Go to the Baltics.
They go to the Baltics. I work with some people from Alaska, some girls from Serbia. Almost passed out, man. Serbia and Ukraine. I was like, what?
Ukraine.
Like that over there.
Estonia.
They
Poland.
Yeah, Poland.
Yeah.
Go Czechoslovakia. I don't even know if that's Eastern, but right there from Czechoslovakia on east. Go east. And you can't go wrong. You'll be all right, man. Joe Montana, get your money right, man. This guy has 2 sex questions back to back. That's the traveler that gets burned. That's gonna burn all his money for him. Oh man! And then Lola J said he does look like Bizzleton. I said Biggie. I guess they said I'm like Biggie or Bizzle Tongue. Who was Billy? He must be an artist out of Haiti or something. I gotta really check that now.
I never heard of that.
Okay. Wow, here we go again. Oh no, he copied the same, pasted the same question. Okay, let me ask you guys another question.
Well, before you answer that, I want to do a public service announcement for you there. I apologize.
Yeah,
okay, so before you ask any more questions, I want to say, and I don't like and this is just a comment that I'm just speaking for myself. So I hope this does not tarnish Philly Don's brand. But for all you guys that's out there, in the Dominican Republic making it rain, you whack. All y'all whack.
Oh, you saw the video. You saw the video.
Okay. I was there. No, when I was actually, I saw that video, but when I was there, I saw people doing it.
Yeah.
Whack. Only on whack. Stop driving up foreign prices.
Yeah. They messing it up for everybody.
All of us.
That's when they think all Americans, Europeans, and Canadians all rich.
See?
Go there and drop $1,000 US.
Stop doing, and they was doing, and when I was there, they wasn't doing it with Dominican money. They was doing it with dollars.
Yeah, with US money. Crazy.
Yes. Stupid. Dummy.
Yeah, now you're messing it up for all the other travelers.
Yeah.
Man. Can't do that because then the girls get it in their mind that everybody got money. They don't know, man. Some people are workers in the States, man. It ain't a cakewalk over there.
Stupid.
Yeah, I like that, man. Good shout out, man. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Okay. Does traveling make you a better person? Do you feel, anyone of you guys can answer, do you feel like traveling makes you a better person?
That's an easy question. Of course, man. Yes, sir. You already know, Philly. Come on, man.
Yeah. And Mr. Daggins, what do you say?
Absolutely. Like because I like to learn the culture and everything, and I try to learn how to live like the locals live, which means that I will have to adjust and adapt. So I mean, it like I really had to drop my my attitude basically, and because I travel to Africa a lot, I have that long. See, some people they can't take that long trip, but for me, sometimes I need it, and I will say that I did need it because it gave me enough time to think. I mean, a 20-hour duration flight, they give me enough time to reflect on some of the things that I've done, and it just make me think about some of the good things that I need to work on, some of the bad things I need to work on. And once I'm there, I don't think that because I'm American, I deserve to get special treatment. And I'll tell you this, I've actually been a lot more hospitable and a lot more charitable because since I've gone to Ethiopia these last couple of years, I've actually worked with some local organizations. And also so there was one time, I'm not going to give the name of the nationality, but they were a group of, cause I mean, and I hope I don't get called out again, but there was these nationality, they was like migrant workers from a different country where we were at a restaurant and the men were like making fun of the people and they were making the server, they was like pulling on her, laughing and making fun of her outfit and everything. And the girl was like laughing or whatever, but she was just, I guess she was just trying to brush it off or whatever, like laughing with them. But I think she was kind of annoyed with it. So what they were doing was they were ordering food, and when she went back into the kitchen, the guys was they all hurried up and left, and she went to come back, and they didn't even pay their meal. So it was for me, it was I feel kind of sorry for them. So it was me being the type person was I just paid for their meal and I gave her a tip because I didn't want her to get in trouble. And I thought that was wrong for them to do that. So it's for me, I'm a little I drop a lot of my attitude is adjusted basically, and I really do have a big concern for the locals. I try to be like an ambassador.
Okay.
And,
for the locals and stuff. That's all right.
Yeah.
Man.
More respect for them.
I could probably see you, Mr. Daggins, living out there in Ethiopia.
I think I should. Yeah, I mean that I really do want. I would like to do that. Maybe when I retire, I would spend 6 months out of the year to see what it's like because I've been, like I said, I've been there a lot. So there's like, and that's the other thing. It's like, because it's cheap to live there. Like when I come back home from vacation, I look at my bank statement. It almost seems like I never left.
Okay. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And I don't ball out like that. I could.
Yeah, man. I see someone in the chat try to get at you, Philly. Somebody.
Okay, what happened?
Lola J, bro.
Oh, Lola J. Let me see what Lola J said. Philly is a boss, like Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Flipping boss. Thank you, Lola J. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the comment. Appreciate you. Much love to you, mommy. How you doing? And the Philly Dom, you're oh man, thank you. Lola J. I appreciate it. And we got Jay Georgia said, I don't like to fly anymore either, but I want to get back to traveling again. I agree. It's been a lot. Okay. Son said, she's trying to get at you, Dom. I know. And then Jay Georgia said, Bizzleton is about 8 miles from Kafu. Okay. And Lola J said, tonight we are living in a fantasy. Native life. That's for the girls that know you used to money. I shout out Darkest, because independence and 90% of us in U.S. blood, so we used to it. Okay, thank you, Nadine, for that. And I'm trying to just Lola J said, "Own little nasty world, our own little nasty world." Oh, that song with Prince.
Wow.
Oh, Vanity.
Yeah, own little nasty world.
Come on, Lola.
They wilding out tonight, man.
Lola, come on.
Yeah. All right, I got one good question here. Mr. Miami said, would you like to take a Afro-Colombian to a beautiful African country for vacation? Well, I guess that would be you, Fitness, because you've been to Colombia. Take a Afro-Colombian to Africa with you?
I mean, there's no need for that, because you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
to the beach?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, basically.
Like, if it comes down to it, if she wanted to go with me, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I would take her, you know what I mean? But other than that, there's no need to me thinking, you know what I'm saying, thinking about that, taking her to Africa, you know what I mean? Because, you know, it's pretty much the same thing. I don't see the point. You know
nah, I mean? He gonna take her to Africa. The African man gonna take her.
If she wanted to, of course, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's my answer to that question, though.
Okay, yeah. I see Joe Montana. He said, what are some of the fun things you guys did and fun places that would you recommend? I'm not talking about sex, Philly. Calm down.
Yeah. But we've been keeping it clean, though.
Storyline.
Yeah. See, we've been keeping it clean. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, hey. y'all go ahead, fellas.
Okay, he said, what are some of the fun? I guess you can answer that one, Fitness. He's saying, what are some of the fun things you did, like traveling, and the fun places you went traveling? I don't know.
Hey, I've been to a few like nice, you know, historical places in Colombia. You know, where history happened. You know, where the slaves fought, whatever, the black slaves and stuff like that, helped Colombia, you know what I'm saying? You know, with the independence and things like that, things of that nature. And you know, I've been to the clock tower. The clock tower.
Oh God, the clock tower and
yeah, I know it's not. Yeah, it's not just about sex, but I had a lot of fun there. You know what I'm saying? I even met a dude. He was from here, and I met him there. And you know what I'm saying? He started buying me drinks. A white guy, you know what I mean? He started buying me drinks, and you know, he started buying me food. And there were like a couple of chicks from Peru. You know, they started talking to us, and then we talked to them, and we had a connection. And you know, we were vibing the whole night, and then the you know what I'm saying, that white guy, man, he bought us like drinks and food the whole night. You know, that was a lot of fun. And I also met a guy. He owns like a bar in downtown Cartagena. You know, we connected, and I still have his contact till these days. He's waiting on me. I was thinking about doing business with him. Every time I went to you know, to his bar and, you know, hanging out, you know, we would talk, we would have fun. He would play like a lot of hip hop music. You know, bro, yeah, man, it was a lot of fun, man. Whenever I go to his bar, man, I had a blast when I was there, bro. Like, yeah, that was like part of the fun, man. That was it, man. You know, I don't know about you, Dakers.
Okay, I can't say fun places like in like as far as I can tell you like fun experiences. Like I give you an example. Like when I was in South Africa, I stayed at a hostel. No, not hostel, a guest house. And the owner of the hostel, I mean at the guest house, there was a guy that she raised when he was younger. I guess she used to babysit him. When he got older, he was getting married. So it just so happened that I was there at around that time that they were having a wedding. So she was like, you know, why don't you come with us? You know, so I ended up getting like I had like nice dressed up outfit or whatever, and so I experienced a South African wedding. And what they do is the groom goes from one side of the street, and the bride and her family goes to another side of the street, and they pretty much they do their little dances and they meet up together, and then they just, you know, and then that's when the bride and the groom they start like they hold hands or whatever, and that's just like to symbolize two different families meeting up with each other. So that was in South Africa. I had another experience where, and this was me taking a chance. Years ago when I went to when I was in England, they had it was like an all black hair expo. So I was like, well, let me try that out. So when I was there, and I actually was on a date at the same time. So I was on a date and I was at the expo at the same time. So, and this was crazy. And I'm gonna call you Jamaicans. So all y'all, to anybody that's from Jamaica, I'm gonna call y'all out. So y'all ready? Nadine? Hey, Nadine. Okay, Nadine. Listen up, Nadine. Pull the chair up. So what happened was, like, I went and bought me some souvenirs and everything, bought me some incense and everything. And the lady got on the radio. And for anybody that's familiar with England, especially London, they have a big African and Caribbean population, okay? And the lady got on the radio, like she was on the stage, and she was like, I want to say a shout out to all the people here. Thanks for coming out. And while we at it, I want to say, I want to give a shout out to all the people in here. She's like, everybody from Ghana, shout out. It's like, hey, all the people from Nigeria, hey, all the people from Trinidad, hey, all the people from here, hey. Now I want to give a shout out to all the people from Jamaica. That whole building was like, you would think it was like a thunderstorm. All the Jamaicans, they was loud. I'm like, they just took. I mean, it was like a riot. All the Jamaicans, because I was in the outside of the convention, you know, just buying souvenirs and Jamaicans represent. They was loud.
That's cool, man. Yeah, they get down, man. You know, they get down, man. That culture, they do their thing, man. I got a lot.
They represent it.
They go hard for that. They go hard for that. I got another question for you guys.
Okay.
This one's gonna get y'all a little confused, but y'all gonna be all right. Y'all can answer it.
Okay.
Is it better for you to plan out a trip or just freestyle it? Is it better for you to plan out a trip, or is it better, or is it just better just to leave everything open-ended? I worded it another way.
Okay.
Because, you know, you got some rappers that plan it and other ones that just go.
Yeah, I know. I hear you.
They might have a couple drinks and then they in Miami and they end up in Dominican Republic a couple days later. Like, how did we do this? So what do you think? What do you guys think? It's better to plan?
Oh, you want me to answer that question?
Yeah.
Actually, years ago, I would not go up. I would not up and leave just like that, because that's how I ended up in Ghana. Now, like I said, I did have fun while I was in Ghana, but that wasn't a planned trip. I just said, you know what? I just sat, and that was my first time going to Africa. I was just sitting in the parking lot. I just got finished shopping groceries, and I just sat in the car, and I was like, you know what? I want to go to Africa. And this was around the time where they had those travel agencies. They don't got them anymore because most people just did their traveling online. They booked their own flights. So I just went there and I was like, I just told the lady I want to go to Ghana. So whatever it was that I had to do, you know, she just bought the plane ticket for me. And like things didn't really go according to plan because first I was only there for like maybe I was there for like maybe 7 days. And as you can tell, I didn't really plan it out. And and the flight duration was like 30 something hours. So I didn't, so basically that really wasn't well planned out. But now I think that I could get away with doing that because I know how to get around and I know what tools to use once I'm in the country. Because I think you guys, the people who may not be familiar with me, they haven't heard me say this, but I have said to you guys, it's like when you're in a country, the first thing you want to do, if you're the first time there or you've been there before, the first thing you want to do is you want to go to the hotel lobby and ask if they know anybody that could take you around, like a taxi driver that's trustworthy, that can take you places. So like now, and then on top of that, like you have Google Maps. So if you want to go somewhere and you know the names of certain places, you can look and see how far it is to your hotel. But you know, I would definitely, if you do plan on going somewhere, you might want to learn about the country because you don't want to end up staying in a hotel and then find out later that it's far from all the happenings. Like maybe you like the nightlife and everything. You want to make sure that you stay at some place that's close by. So you still should do some kind of research.
Yeah.
Wow. What about you, Fitness?
I never get up and go, man. I always plan my
you're gonna have to.
Just before I went to Colombia, man, like I watched like so many videos from you guys, like especially Ayamawa and A5. That's all I watched. I watched them boys for at least 6 months, bro. You know, and I've learned a lot, you know, and then before I got up and go, you know. But it was a good experience though. Man, but I would never get up and just go like that, you know.
Nope.
Like me, man, like the Haiti trip, I was planning to go to Haiti like I did, but I wasn't planning to stay in Haiti that long, man. This is the longest in history I ever stayed in Haiti. I wasn't planning on that. I mean, I guess, you know, because of the COVID, but I wasn't planning. I mean, I had to play it by ear because I was like, if I go back to the States, it ain't nothing to do. I can't go to El Salvador. I can't go to Belize where my son is at. I couldn't go to Mexico. Everything was blocked off. I was like, dang. But it was like, you know, I got that American passport. You can always go back to the States. So, I mean, that was like one of the times I didn't plan that at all. If you would have told me last year, man, I was hanging out with somebody last year, like, yeah, you're going to be in Haiti for 6 months and all this is going to happen, I would have never believed. And like me even being in the DR, this is unplanned. I never thought I would be in the DR like this for a while because now I got to sit a little bit until, you know, these countries open back up. So I'm like, it's in limbo. So I would say for me, this time was definitely unplanned. This was definitely unplanned. This is definitely unplanned. I've been on the road almost a year now. This is crazy. I left Alaska in September and I've been traveling ever since.
Yeah.
Okay.
All through Mexico, all through went through Belize, went down to El Salvador, stayed in El Salvador like a month and a half, maybe 2 months. Then came to Haiti, been in Haiti forever. And then now I'm in the deal. This was like almost unplanned. Because my original plan was to go to Europe. I was supposed to go to Haiti for a little bit, you know, hit the DR. I got to hit the DR because it's there. No matter what I say good or bad about the DR, shout out to the DR. I would hit the DR for a little bit, And then I was on my way to Eastern Europe because I worked in Alaska with some people from Serbia. And I promised them, I'm going to come out to Serbia. And then, you know, the world collapsed. So it's definitely unplanned.
Yeah, I think I sent a question right here from Brown Sugar. Which is better, staying at Airbnb, hotel when traveling?
Man,
I can't speak on that because I never use Airbnb.
Okay, I don't. I don't use Airbnb like that unless I'm with I'm traveling with like Travel Buddy and they use Airbnb. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, especially Brown. She's a female traveler. I think if you're a female traveler, I'm gonna just keep it 100% with you. I think it's better for you to stay at a hotel.
Okay.
If you stay at an Airbnb, it better be a secure place that you want to know if they got security, anything. But since she's a female asked me this, I would say it's better for a female to stay at a hotel. That's just my opinion. Even a hostel is good. It don't even have to be a hotel, it could be a hostel. Because hostels have security and there's a lot of people there and they count their people and they know who's there and they have a lot of security. When people don't understand Airbnb, it's the new, it's the new thing. I'm an old head. It's the new thing. Everybody does an Airbnb, but they not safe. It's like you going into somebody's community. There's no security. If somebody want to run up on you, rob you. You know what I mean? It's no, especially when you travel, security is key. I don't care what country you in. Security is key. Kim Kardashian was in France and she got robbed. And guess what? All her family was in a hotel. She was the only one that got like you might as well call it an Airbnb. She was staying at some kind of penthouse suite, whatever. And her family that was in the hotel, the rest of her family was in the hotel, and nothing happened to them. So when you get to like, I understand you got money, you want to, feel like comfortable and stuff like that. But if you're going to travel for a while, I would say try to get like a hostel, or if it is an Airbnb, it has to have security. And if it doesn't, if it's not like a gated community, because my cousin, he stayed in well, he left now, but he was in Sosua, and he stayed in this place called Casa Linda. And it's an Airbnb, but they got security in there. So that would be safe. So if any, I would say, Brown Sugar, if you're going to travel, make sure it has security. If you're going to do Airbnb, it has to be like a gated community or something like that. So, because one night we was partying, we had the music loud, security knocked on the door, like, oh, you guys got to turn it down. It's after curfew and stuff. You want that. You don't want to just randomly somebody got a nice house or a nice apartment. And you know what I mean? And Mr. Darkest, you was talking about Jabari earlier. We was talking about Jabari from Passport Heavy. He went to South Africa.
Oh,
They robbed him. Trust me, if
he got robbed
in a house, if he stayed in Johannesburg in a hotel like on the 4th or 6th floor, it wouldn't happen. Because that's another thing. In a hotel, don't get the ground level. You want to stay like 6, 7, 8, because if somebody robbed you, it takes them a while to get out of there. And they know they can get caught or shot or anything like that. But if Jabari would have stayed if he would have stayed in a nice hotel like the Marriott or something, and Johan, I promise you that wouldn't have happened unless they would have grabbed him on the street.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. That's a whole. Would have been like,
even if he was to stay at a guest house where things is in a calm. Can I? As a matter of fact, can I add something to that too? I don't want to. Okay, so remember what I told you before. Like, if you want to, like, and you in a developing country, you can always ask the hotel staff if they know anybody that could, maybe for a couple of hours they could show you around. Like, they could take you, they could be your personal driver or whatever. See, the thing is, you have somebody that's on call 24/7 that's behind that desk. Somebody's Airbnb, it's like once they book you into their place, they try to do their own thing. They're not trying to you're not always going to have somebody there 24/7. That's it's going to attend to your needs. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right. You're 100% right about that. So that's why because Airbnb is nice, and I'm not trying to knock them. They probably like, oh, Philly down, trying to knock the Airbnb, but no, it's a lot of them don't have security. Like, you got to find out if they have. A lot of them don't have security. Like, is somebody renting their house to you, or somebody renting their apartment to you, and it could, you know what I mean. You want to make sure you're safe. That's why when you say you at a hotel, it's 24-hour security. There's somebody at the desk. At a hostel, it's 24-hour security. There's somebody at the desk. If you do Airbnb, I would say, especially a female, man, make sure they got security. If they don't, man, you're gonna have to chuck up the extra money and just get a hotel or something, or stay in a hostel, because hostels are cheap and people don't even know, man. You can get like your own private room in a hostel. Like, we stayed in a hostel in Cabarete. It's right next to Sosua. Me and my buddy. Shout out to Jamaican, my Jamaican buddy that's down here, James. Shout out to him. And it's safer. It's safer. They got a guy at the desk. They got people always walking around, so they really can't. You know what I mean? It's a better situation. But yeah, man, Airbnb, man, you're taking a 50-50 chance. And I heard stories about some black lady that she got killed in not El Salvador, it was Costa Rica. She had got killed at a because she was at an Airbnb, and like it just opens you up for more dangerous stuff to happen. And it doesn't matter if you're a girl or a guy. It opens you up for more different things to happen to you. Yeah.
Can I add something else?
Yes, no problem.
Okay, so for the person that was asking about Airbnb, like I said, I never used it before, and I have no desire. But what you can do is, like, I always use Booking because it gives you different options on the different type of accommodations you can choose. You can choose apartment, villa, guest house. What's the other one? Hostel. They give you all these different options that you can choose from that's available in that country, and they can also give you like when you look at the different hotels, you can see it by the list or you can see it by the map. So it can show you how far it is between each other. Like once you put in the dates that you're staying in, you can see how much you can pay in total. And it'll show you how far it is from the landmarks and different distances between each other. And I'm not sure, but they might show you for restaurants and stuff how far or close you are. They tell, like, a hotel tells you how far they are from all of the attractions.
Okay. Oh, so that's a better way to go that way. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I preach safety, man. When you traveling to these different countries, even if it's a first world country, if you go to Toronto, Canada, you don't know nobody, it could be dangerous. Anywhere you go, you know what I mean? It doesn't really have to be good, but you want to make sure you security first.
Yeah.
So especially when you travel, there's one or two of you, you never really have traveling that you got like 20, 30 people traveling with you. Then you can go anywhere. You can do a you know what I mean, a Airbnb. But usually most people are solo travelers, or they might be rolling with one other guy. Because I used to live in Tijuana, I used to always hype my buddies up to travel with me. And them dudes like ex-military, got money and everything, and they just want to sit in Tijuana, and they was happy to say, and they lived in Mexico, being in Tijuana. I used to explore the whole country, and we would talk and hang out. And only like when I was like, yo, let's go to El Salvador, not El Salvador, to like Mexico City or Guadalajara, Mexico. It'd be like one guy would go with me at the most. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Security.
Yeah. Let me add up something. I think it's not only just what's this guy named Passport Heavy who got robbed in South Africa. There's another rapper called Movado. He's like that Jamaican guy. I don't know, Movado, something like that.
Okay.
Talking about, he got robbed too in South Africa. They said South Africa don't play, man. Like, yo, this is one of the worst country to travel to, man. When you travel to South Africa, man, you need to really, really pay attention, bro. You need to certain areas you don't go. You know what I'm saying? You get robbed, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like that.
When I was there, somebody got robbed.
South Africa don't play, man. I'm telling you right now. Africa play. Yeah.
I'll tell you real quick. I stayed at a guest house, and it was a nice suburban area. And the lady told us, and the guy that was with us, he was from France, so he didn't speak a lot of English. She told us specifically, she sat us down, motherly love and everything. She told us, she said, when the time's right, I'm going to show you how to get around, but please do not go wandering off anywhere without letting us know where you go. So I was like, no problem. So the other guy, we were supposed to go to the mall and just, go some shopping. It was early in the morning. And the guy, I guess he decided he was going to go and leave anyway. After she just sat there and told us, do not go anywhere without us knowing, right? He did it anyway. So so the whole day we couldn't find him. And make a long story short, we finally came back from the whole, like, we came back from shopping and everything. We came back and he finally was in the hospital, but he had a sad look on his face. Come to find out, no sooner did he left out of the guest house, he ended up wandering off and he got robbed, and it was broad daylight.
I'm telling you, bro. Look at the comment, right? Mr. Miami, my cousin got robbed in the Airbnb in Johannesburg, South Africa.
See, Joburg don't play, man. Yeah. Joburg, and they all in Joburg. Yeah.
Johannesburg,
Man, Joburg don't play that. South Africa don't play. And even Jabari, the guy Jabari from Passport Heavy, his cousin is like a one of them what's the one of the Afro beats artists. He's like a famous Afro beats artist.
Okay.
And he told him, yo, they moving different down there, man. Watch out. He said he was warned. His cousin called him like, yo, I think they robbed his cousin or a friend. He said motos pulled up on their car, bust the glass, guns everywhere, like give me everything y'all got. He was like, they move different. He said they hungry down there in South Africa. Yeah, you seem like there, you just gotta be low key. You can move around, but you just gotta move around like you just gotta, like you said, Mr. Dargis, they gotta follow. The lady told you how to move. She was giving you the blueprint on how to move around here.
Mm-hmm. And her son was our personal driver. Once again, I told you, need to have somebody that's like your personal driver. You know what I mean? You pay a couple dollars. I mean, what's $10, $20 a day or a couple hours? That ain't gonna hurt you, and you ain't got to do it every day. I mean, you can pay somebody a couple dollars every once in a while to take you somewhere for your own safety. And you know what I mean? You on vacation with that $20 that you ain't gonna see no more. Man, get that man or that woman that $20 and take you places and be done with it. They know how to get around.
Yeah, and if it's worth your safety, man, you might as well go along with it. And they know life. Yeah, it's worth your life, so you might as well give it to them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't put a price on security. So you're right. If you gotta give them $40 a day or $20 a day to keep you safe, man, go for it. And then I'm reading this one comment I see around the world said the woman in Costa Rica was moving reckless. That's why she died. Yeah, the person that got I told you in Costa Rica.
For the Airbnb?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then France, what's up with you, France? That's my boy. That's my brother from a different mother, man. What's up with you?
Shout out to you, bonjour. What's up, my brother? You know what I'm saying? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, you see him? He said it. Yeah. You see any more questions that you have there? Because I got some more questions. I'll stack up.
All right, bring them.
Okay. What's your travel style? What is your travel style? Like, I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
I travel like the white boys, the backpackers, man. Like, for real, I travel like, I'll stay like at hostels and places. I try to keep my costs cheap, but maybe because I'm traveling for months and months at a time. Now, if you're going out for 2 weeks, man, if you can afford to stay at the Marriott, go ahead and do it. If you can afford to stay at, whatever, type of hotels they have. But when you travel for long periods of time, you got to keep it cheap because you can have good time and burn through money and then like go to this tourist attraction and that tourist attraction. Before you know it, you're gonna spend a couple $100 and you're like, whoa, looking at your bank account like it's kind of looking kind of funny now.
Yeah, so I can easily answer that.
That's me.
Yeah, for me, man, like I like to travel like I keep it like decent, right in between. I don't go too high, you know what I'm saying? I don't go too low. But I always make sure that I bring a lot of good things that are like necessities, you know what I'm saying? I mean, when I travel, I just travel, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't bring like too much fancy clothes because I'm not trying to impress anybody because I like to wear like chains and stuff like that. But I know I learned the game. I know how it is. You know what I'm saying? I just buy like, you know what I'm saying, simple t-shirts. And I just bring like, a couple of pair of shoes. And I make sure I bring my own towel because I know I don't like to use the towel and the towels in the hotels because I get rashes and stuff like that. It's not safe, you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing I can really say, you know what I mean? But I just keep it simple, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, keep it simple, bro. Basic.
Yeah, I agree. So I like that question, and I like to keep it as budgeted as possible, even though I can afford to do the 5-star. But the thing that I like to do, and I started doing this when I was in England. What I do with traveling is I'll stay in different locations to keep the price of my traveling there. So 1 minute I might stay in. So if I'm staying in like for somewhere in like for 3 weeks, what I do is I'll stay in, like, I'll break down one section in the whole, like in one area, and then I'll stay in like the remaining part. Because what happened was when I was in the UK, what I did was I stayed far out in the eastern part because it was cheaper and it was way away from the tourist area. And then like what I did was like the last remaining days of me staying in London, I would stay in a hotel closer to the airport. And that was because when it was time for me to leave, you know how it is, Philly.
Yeah.
When, like that's why. So it was like I decided to stay close to the airport. That way, when it's time for me to leave first thing in the morning, I just get up and leave. Like so, and I was like, and then but I realized it's like when I did that, I noticed that I paid like both for when I stayed in different places. I noticed it was almost for the price of one place, so it was cheaper. Okay. So then I started. So when I started staying like Jamaica and in Ethiopia, I just started like staying in different, like either like at least 2 to 3 different accommodations.
Okay.
And sometimes 4.
Uh-huh. Oh,
and it was to keep it cheaper. And yeah, basically move around. That's also for a safety issue too. And plus you get to experience different parts of different neighborhoods to see how the locals get down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man. What is the worst thing you guys experience on the road? I know we talked about people getting robbed and stuff like that, so that's bad. None of us got robbed, thank God, you know what I mean? But what is like some of the worst things to experience on the road? Or what was like some kind of culture shock? Like really, you thought you read about it or you looked on YouTube and then when you got to the country, it wasn't what you thought it was?
Yeah. One thing that happened to me, I was at the when I arrived at the airport, you know, in Cartagena, and then when I got to the hotel, my my credit card got declined, you know, and then, you know, and then I made a reservation, you know what I'm saying, at first before I left the country, and then you know I have a Capital One. And when I got there to the hotel, and they were like, your card has been declined. And I had some cash on me. You know what I mean? I didn't think about it that much. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about like, I didn't even think right. I couldn't think right. You know what I'm saying? But all I had to do just call you know what I'm saying, Capital One, and then make sure I took care of it. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know that. I just paid with cash in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, when I called them back, they said, when I called Capital One, finally, they said that, you know, they blocked the, you know, the transaction because they thought that was a scam and stuff like that. And they told me, you know what I'm saying, whenever I'm traveling like that, just make sure that I call them up, you know what I'm saying, in advance and tell them straight up, you know what I mean? But, you know, I was really shocked, man. I was like, man, what the heck happened? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Because I had like, you know what I'm saying, I got some money on there. That's the money I plan to use my credit card. I didn't want to use my cash.
You want to use that money, yeah.
I didn't want to use my savings, but I had to use my savings. But it wasn't that shock to me. But you know, I was kind of like, you know, surprised, man. I'm like, man. So you know what I'm saying. It was a lesson learned. You know, I learned, you know, not to, you know what I'm saying, when you're traveling, you got to make sure that you call your bank. You know what I'm saying, your bank, whatever you're traveling with. So, you know, when you get to that particular country, so you know you don't encounter any problems. You know?
Wow.
But culture shock. You can go ahead. I'll let you know about my culture shock in a little bit.
Mr. Darkest.
Okay, I had the same similar experience. By not calling the bank ahead of time to let them know that I'm away. But even if you do call them ahead of time, certain countries you have to take precaution using the ATM machine because sometimes they have things called the skimmers, and sometimes the ATM machine might malfunction. Because when I was in Ethiopia, I think it was not last year, but the year before last, I went to get some cash. And you know, it made like, as soon as I put it in, the machine just locked up. The ATM machine just, the screen and everything just is froze. And then my whole, like for the whole 5 minutes that I was there, my whole life flashed before me. So like, luckily, I was able to get my card back out because the security guard had to open up the machine from the other side, and get my machine back. And that luckily I got it during the daytime because like something like really sometimes when a machine holds the card, by law they can withhold your card and destroy it because it's compromised. So now what I do is I do like a mix and match. I just bring cash on me. You know, I try not to rely on my ATM. I try not to rely on my bank card.
Well, yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a similar story, but let me give a couple shout outs. I see Mr. Miami say YouTubers are my eyes on the soil before I arrive to a destination. That's what's up. And then I see France said, France, my man from Haiti, friend, my brother from a different mother. He said, I thought Haiti was the only country with problems. No, France, every country every country has problems, France.
Different. It's different. It's all different, unique problems.
Yeah, but they have them. But yeah, I had that happen to me. I told you I was in Haiti, man. And the ATM, man, I went to go pull some money out. Oh my goodness, the cash didn't come out. It did the little thing like the cash supposed to come out. It didn't come out.
Oh, so it made that machine gun sound and didn't give nothing came out?
Yeah, like the money gonna come out and it didn't come out.
Oh.
And then I had to call my bank in the States and I had to wait 10 days for them to do a what you call it when they do a claim. Man, that's a scary thing. So I would tell anybody that's traveling and you like to party and all that, make sure you grab all your money, anything you gotta grab early during the day. So if it's anything that happened, you could try to fix it because you don't want to be going to ATM 2 in the morning and you ain't got no more cash on you. You got to pay the taxi driver to get you back to the hotel and your machine is not working.
And how you going to do that? You might not have money. You might be going to the machine to get the money to pay the taxi driver in the first place. So now you might end up, you know what I'm saying? So then what?
Yeah, so yeah, you always got to keep reserves. You got to keep maybe a couple $100 in a hotel room. I don't know, whatever you guys, everybody, how they travel. Maybe 500, 200, 100, 200, 300, somewhere emergency money in the hotel room or wherever you stay. Hide it. Anything go wrong, man, you're gonna panic. But if you got a couple dollars, you can sit and figure it out. But yeah,
can I add some advice on that too with money?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so the bank when I went to get some cash for vacation, the lady at the bank teller told me that when you she basically just said, make sure you get some big bills. Don't do like $1, $5, $10. Make sure you get the 100, 20, 50, and hundreds because the more money that you like, the bigger denominations give you a better exchange rate.
Oh, okay. That's worth knowing right there, man. Wow.
I mean, you ain't gonna get too much out of $1.
Get a bigger amount of money. Get a bigger amount. I got a question for you guys. Another question, you know, what is your dream? I guess your bucket list countries that you say like before you die, like I want to go there. I know me, I want to go to Africa. Now that's a continent, obviously.
Okay, all right.
I want to go to Africa and I want to leave. I want to do the whole continent if I could, man. I wish I could just bust around the continent like you can do, like I was like Central America. You could just jump on a bus, go from country to country. I was thinking do that for Africa, man. But I'm still. What's up, Mr. Davis? Because you've been to Africa. What's up with the situation with the visas for them different countries? Like, is it really hard to get visas like that?
Not really. Well, obviously right now, yes, but there are some there are countries where you don't need a visa. Like South Africa, you don't need a visa. Senegal, I don't think you need a visa. There's a list of countries where you can get in visa free, but the ones where is that require visa, they have different prices. So one might be $100, another might be $50, another might be $70. So it depends. Like with us being Americans, you can like if you check the State Department, different countries will you if you want to just get through without that visa free, you just find out which ones are have the visa waive.
Yeah, I don't know why Africa don't have the continent. Africa don't have, like, you know how Europe you can around the whole Europe. Why don't they just don't have, you pay like one big fee and you could just travel the whole Africa maybe for like 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. I mean,
that makes sense.
Man.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah,
man, you know what? I can tell you this. If you go to East Africa, like if you go to Uganda, they have the East African visa free fee where if you go, so say for instance you're in Uganda and you got that the East African visa, you can go to Kenya, Tanzania, and like those countries multiple times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they need to work on that then.
Yeah, they do. I mean, yeah, continental wide they need that.
Wow. And then somebody, Brown Sugar, my cousin right there, she said, "How do you blend in with the locals? Give us some pointers, please."
Okay, go ahead.
In with the locals when you travel.
Okay,
well,
go ahead,
I guess it all depends on where you are. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
for me in Colombia, it wasn't that hard, especially where I went. Cartagena, it was, there were like a lot of black people there and a lot of people of my complexion, and I blend in pretty well, you know what I mean, and it wasn't really hard for me to get around. The only time they really noticed me, like I was like from another country, is because the way I dressed, that's all. But or when I open my mouth, they'd be like, okay, he doesn't speak Spanish, he speaks English, he's from America, whatever. But I was blending. I would say I was blending pretty well. It wasn't really too hard for me. People wasn't really looking at me like that. Colombia for me was, it was all good.
Wow. What about you, Mr. Degas?
Okay, in London, no big deal. They didn't know that I was like they do like I have heard things where they say they can tell that you're American, but me, when I was in the UK, I didn't have that problem. Nobody knew that I was from the States. When I was in Jamaica, nobody knew that I was from the States. When I was in Ghana, nobody. As a matter of fact, when I was in Ghana, somebody came up to me and asked me for directions. Didn't have a problem. Wow. When I was in South Africa, actually, when I was in South Africa, I was with this girl, another driver. They was taking us around. It was like these other two white guys that she was riding around. And she took us to her mother's house, and she introduced us to her family. And the mother was like hi to them in English, but then when she saw me, she said something in a local language, and they was all laughing at her because she didn't realize that I wasn't from. She didn't realize I wasn't from there. Wow. And what's shocking was in Ethiopia, I thought that I would stand out, and certainly like sometimes I did, but for the most part in Ethiopia, a lot of people think that I'm from there. Wow. And it's actually, I swear to you, it's an Ethiopian actor. He looked just like me.
Oh, I might think you was.
Yeah, I took a picture of him. Like he looked like, I showed somebody else a picture of him, and they was like, "Yeah, you look just like him." Wow. So it's like when I was there, it's like I walk up and down, and then also I wear clothes like a lot of African men. They basically the way that a lot of the men they dress up like they going on a job interview. So you might see them with like a polo shirt or like a button up shirt and some dress pants, or sometimes jeans or like dress pants. So I just adopt how they dress. I do the same thing.
Wow. Then we got.
I don't wear hip hop clothes.
Oh yeah, you just dress like a gentleman. That's right. And
basically, like I'm going on a job interview.
Yeah, so you good anywhere, because in most of these countries, Latin America and Africa, everybody dresses up when they go out like to a certain standard. So you blend right in. You're right, you blend right in. And then we got Joe Montana. He said, "What country in South America is safe and people speak English? I heard girls in Colombia are trying to drug and rob you. Is that true?"
Well,
what country is safe in South America?
I mean, it happened a few times, but But not that often though, you know. But when I was there, I didn't have any experience like that, and I see like everybody was like pretty much cool. You know, they didn't really, you know, I mean, I don't know what to say because I never really, but I heard some news, some bad news, you know what I'm saying? Some things that happened, unfortunate things that happened there with the foreigners, but I heard it's because those people are moving like with the wrong crowd, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
You know, they're hanging out with the wrong crowd and, you know, smoking and drinking and partying and, you know what I'm saying, all night long with different, you know what I'm saying, like all kind of girls.
Stop trying to pick stop. First of all, stop trying to pick something off the street.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
3 or 4 girls at the same time at the bar.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. No, man, you get drugged up, man. You know what I'm saying?
They running with the wrong crowd of or guys or whoever they hanging with. If you with respectable people or people you meet in respectable places, you ain't going, more than likely you ain't going to run into that type of problem. So when people tell you their stories, they got drugged and all this, you gotta hear the whole story and understand what happened. I'm sure someone got proposed in that story that they did something. Oh, I was on the street and I met this girl and she wanted to hang out and she said she'll come back to my apartment. And then I was like, oh, she wanted to drink. And then I went to the bathroom and you can't be that trustworthy. I tell people this is a good way to do. This is this is another ace. This is another gem for you when you're traveling.
Drop it.
This is it. Treat a foreign country or a foreign place like you would treat this. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I'm not going to be chilling through North Philly like that, trusting everybody out in North Philly. So you treat it, people will be scared to death. They from Chicago and be scared to death when they in Chicago, come down to DR and forget. They think everything is gravy down here, like it ain't nobody gonna rob you or nothing going. Treat it, Chicago. Treat it like if you was like when everybody from wherever they from, it's a bad area where you from.
Yeah.
Treat it like that. Like where you from? If you fitness, you from Boynton Beach.
Yeah, I mean,
it's certain places in Boynton Beach that you know is bad.
Yeah.
You know, like, after dark, why are you hanging out there? Why would you go there to meet some girls? Why would you pick up girls there? Why would you hang out with guys there? People, I don't know, they lose their mind when they go travel. They go to a foreign country and they forget, they think like, I'm American, I'm Canadian, I'm European, nobody's gonna do nothing to me.
Right.
And then they get knocked over the head or they get robbed or something. Treat it like just the same rules you would apply to keep safe. Like late at night, if you was in the States, certain people ain't gonna go to a certain ATM late at night. They like, oh, let's go to this one. The same rules apply when you're on the road. Yeah, it's not the same country. You don't know everything. Be scared the same way. If you operate with a little common sense and street smarts, if you really need a little bit of street smarts, you'll be all right for the most part. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. If you walk down the street and you feel like, hey, something is not right, go back.
Yeah.
And if you some of the stuff, people put themselves in these situations, man. They put themselves in some situations. Not everyone, but if you like sit down and talk to them and analyze a situation, like, oh man, that's why you got robbed. Why you gonna walk down? Come on, man.
Yeah, but I mean, I think a lot of those guys, man, they're not aware of you know what I'm saying, of what's going on. They just get up and go. They don't even, you know what I'm saying, like find out about that country they going to. You know what I'm saying, like it's like they don't know anything about the country. They just go out there, you know, thinking that they're gonna party and drinking with the girls, and you know, you gotta do your research, man. You know, before you just get up and go to a country, man. You know, you don't know.
This is what I'm saying. It's like just you spend that extra money to get your wingman. Just, you know what I mean? Because again, a lot of those taxi drivers, they pass their business cards out to all these different hotels. And then you got the people that work in a hotel, they got cousins and family members that's looking for business. So it's like, yo, why can't you just go down to the hotels, to the lobby and say, listen, I need to know if you can recommend me a taxi driver that's going to take me to these different places. And then it's like, if you, I don't be going there for no like to play the stock market, but that's how it starts in the first place. It's like either you try to play the stock market or you trying to get that 6 feet high rising, if y'all know what I'm talking about. Those are the two reasons why they get caught up in the first place. So it's like, I mean, if you try to do something like that, at least use a little bit of common sense and ask a local how they could advise you on how you could get your needs, your quote unquote needs taken care of. Maybe they could direct you to somewhere where a respectable place where you can go. Don't be picking nothing off the street, man. That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you, Nadine, for dropping my links in the chat.
Nadine be on it, man. Nadine be on.
Shout out to Nadine.
Yeah,
shout out to
my
Nadine.
boy. I gotta give us address this little issue. Let me see. Antonio Williams, what's up, man? How you doing, man? He said, Philly Dom, talk about the American black dude who died Saturday. Yeah, it was an incident in Susua. I didn't meet the guy directly, but I was at Flip Flop's bar, and he was in there, and they was like, this guy's name is Mr. Boca Chica. I guess he lives most of the year in half of the year, some of the year in the Dominican Republic. And I heard people say, this is Mr. Boca Chica. He lives in Boca Chica. He had passed away on a motorcycle accident and Susua Saturday. So my prayers go out to his family and his friends.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that, but his name was Mr. Boca Chica. I actually was in the same room with him, but I was like, at Flip Flop Bar, eating and drinking, chilling with my cousin, and then he was talking to Flip Flop. I think he went and talked to Flip Flop, and somebody said, yo, that guy's name is Mr. Boca Chica. He's from Boca Chica. And I heard that he's from Chicago. Yeah, but so yeah, man, my prayers go out to him and his family, man. That's just a tragedy, man.
Yeah. Bro.
And then he said, and I'm in an Airbnb in Susua right now. Okay, Williams, man. I'll be back up there in a couple days, man. Let's link up. And then Randy Voltaire. That's definitely a Haitian Vasseur, Voltaire. Absolutely don't go against your gut. Yeah. He said absolutely.
Number one.
That's what I say, man. Street smarts. If something don't feel right, don't do it.
Yeah.
And then I said, please get a video like me, Philly Dom. And then friends say, you look cool with that hat, Philly Dom. Thank you. Thank you so much. And then Nadine, man, you're doing a fantastic job. Shout out to Jamaica to the world. Appreciate everything for us, Miss Nadine. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let me see. I'm trying to catch some of the comments. You see any questions on there? Anybody got a question? We've been on for like 2 hours and 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Anything you guys want to? I guess we could probably wrap it up then. Any of you guys got any want to talk a little bit about your channels? Want to talk a little bit more about your travels? Any tips or any guides you can give to some of these new guys that want to go travel or are scared to travel? What would you guys tell them, man?
Yeah. I have a YouTube channel. My channel is about like fitness and traveling and stuff like that. I've only been to Colombia, and I really enjoy traveling ever since I started traveling. So it's like I'm happy when I'm traveling, and it's been a great adventure for me, to travel, and learn different cultures, and I'm grateful for that. You know what I mean? I thank God, I'm able to travel, and I'm looking forward to travel more, and then drop like some good content. And I'm looking forward to meet up with Philly Dom, one of my favorite YouTubers.
I'm gonna definitely link up.
I think I'm gonna I think I might hit up the DR, but I think most likely yes. But I didn't get I didn't book my ticket yet, but I'm looking to that. I'm gonna try to hit up the DR real quick for like a week for my birthday on October the 4th. And check out my channel. I think I think Nadine dropped the link. Nadine, if you can again drop my link in the chat again, because some people probably missed it. And when I meet up with Philly Dom, we're gonna have some some good content, and we're gonna have a lot of fun, and the advice that I have, before you travel to a country, just make sure you do your research. Okay, don't just get up
Okay.
and do that. You know what I mean? So, and then hopefully, that COVID-19 thing, man, go away pretty soon. I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
say that word, but
No,
that's
it's
pretty.
okay. It's okay. They're not even taxing nobody for it no more. I think they can't control it now. They know it's
Yeah,
everywhere. They can't. They even put it in their little YouTube. Even puts it in the. If you check your channel and stuff, you'll see it all over. They always talking about it.
yeah, man. Everybody be safe out there. You know,
Any
I'm just
last
looking.
words? Anything to convince these guys?
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to travel again, man. Travel the world, So, that's my only advice, man. Do your research first before you travel and learn the culture when you get to that country. Just don't
Yeah.
just move around like a fool, just
Okay.
hanging out,
Okay.
just travel for the women, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not the way it goes, Yeah, that's all I can say, man, for now.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Davis?
Okay, for me, I don't have a travel channel per se
Okay.
because a lot of my content that I had over the years, it's all been analog. And
Okay.
like, I don't live, like, I moved in a different area. So it's like, I have a lot of the content that I had as analog for me to convert to digital. A lot of that I lost. So I'm basically starting from scratch. Like if you go to my channel, and Mr. Dakis, that's my my YouTube handle. So I only have two recent videos that I uploaded of
Okay.
me in Ethiopia. So it's like it's not. It's probably the longest one is probably like 13 minutes long. I think there's no commentary behind it. It's just different. It's just like different videos that I pieced together.
Okay.
Yeah, so when this COVID thing, when they start to when they start to lower the restrictions, then I'm gonna start adding more content. I also in the future I'm gonna start doing some commentaries on things.
Okay.
I did like write down like I've been writing notes on things that I want to talk about, and so I'm just drafting some things. So because a lot of people they do videos where they got like their notes and then they just talk about something. So I'm gonna start doing that since
Okay.
I'm starting all over again. And
Yeah.
only advice I want to say as far as traveling, and I'll make it real quick. It's like if you're a single man and you want to travel for women, only advice I want to give you before you start getting interested in the women, first of all, getting interested in the culture. I mean, I'm not, and I noticed that there's a community, there's two communities of guys that just go and date women, and then there's other guys who like they go specifically to play the mango stock market. So I don't have much advice for the stock market exchange.
The mango.
I can't. Yeah, I like. So I'm not that kind of guy that's gonna give you advice on that. But like for the guy who's like they like to go overseas and like they like to go take a female on a date, first of all, fall in love with her culture first. Before you
Okay.
even get involved, because the culture, that's everything. The female, that's just icing on the cake. But first of all, learn the culture. Before you get to a country, um, find out what it's about. Learn, read up on everything you can before you go. Don't make the mistake of just up and leaving, and stay away from those romance tours.
Okay. He
And
said the
stop. Yeah,
romance.
That's a whole nother topic in it of itself.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
another day.
He said stay away from the romantic tours. I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
That don't work.
I'm trying to see if I can take some more comments here. I see
Yeah, questions on that.
Joe Montana. Let me see. Joe Montana said, "How do I meet girls but not get robbed in South America? Stay safe." Man, you go to
Okay.
respectable places. Somebody
Yeah.
want to answer that?
I never been to South America, so I can't speak on that.
Just go to respectable places, man.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you in the States, you go to malls, you go to restaurants, you go to bars. The same thing
Yeah.
you would do in the States or wherever you from. Joe Montana, I think he's from El Salvador. go to respectable places if you want to meet respectable people, man.
Yeah,
Trying to find hood rats, you're gonna go to the wrong places.
Right.
yeah. And then you know, just pay attention to her. You know what I'm saying? How she moves, the way she communicates with you. You know, on what she's all about. If she's about money, you can tell. You know what I'm saying, by the way she talked to you. You know what I'm saying? If she's really interested in you, she would not even mention money. She would try to, you know what I'm saying, get to know you, and then things like that. And then she would not ask you for anything right on the spot. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay to take her out, you know, spend, you know, it doesn't matter. You can spend like a few dollars, you know what I'm saying? You just take her out to a restaurant, and just you know, get to know her better, and then you know, you'll see what type of woman she is, you know what I'm saying? Just be smart about it, you know what I mean? Don't just moving like a fool, you know what I'm saying? Things like that, and just, you know, just taking money out of your pocket and showing off, you know, hey, you know, I'm rich and this and that. No, man. You know what I mean? But that, man, that you can find a good woman, man, in South America. You just gotta be smart about it, you know. That's all.
And let me see who else we got here. Y'all see any more comments? Jay Georgia said, I'm learning Turkish now. Okay. Oh, he's learning Turkish.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay George, you're an educated brother, my brother, man. I see that. Wow. And he speaks, I think he knows Spanish and French and Creole and some other languages. Yeah, he speaks as well. But I think that's gonna be the end of the live, man. Unless you guys anything else we should address. I'll give hold up. Lola J said South Africa is amazing because it has all the trends from beaches to mountains to grasslands, plains to urban landscape. Is awesome, and I guess the people who talk with a clucking sound, I guess their accents.
Kosa, yeah.
Oh my God. And then Mr. Miami said, CB texting me, Sock Passe Sherry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we'll end the live, man. But thank all you guys for tuning in, man. And we're gonna definitely do more lives with Mr. Fitness and Travel Life and Mr. Dakis.
Yeah, we got the one time we got all three of us got to meet together too.
Yeah, yes indeed. We gotta all meet up one day.
Mm-hmm.
You pick the country, man. Let us know, man, Mr. Dakis.
Yeah, Colombia.
Colombia, you'll have it. Once you go there in Colombia, you'll definitely go back and forth. And one thing good about Mr. Dakis about Colombia is it's close to the US.
Okay.
So you can fly there like it's nothing. If you're in the New York area, they got flights all the time from New York to Colombia. They got flights from Florida to Colombia, flights from California to Colombia. Like it's a very easy destination, like the Dominican Republic and Jamaica.
Yeah.
And Trinidad.
Well, I always leave out of Philly, so it shouldn't be. I shouldn't have a problem.
Yeah, you'd be all right leaving out of Philly. You probably fly to Philly, connect to somewhere in Miami or something like that, and then catch another flight there. I don't know if they go straight from Philly. They might. I don't know. You know, you never know with these airlines, man. They might have a direct flight from Philly too. Shout out to Philadelphia, man. I gotta go there soon. See my fam. I ain't been there in a while, man. I gotta go back to Philly, man. Stick the old stomping grounds, man. Shout out to Philly, man. Taught me everything I know. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, shout out to Philly.
Man, shout out to Philadelphia. I've been there once, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it was nice, man. I had I like Philly. Philly is cool, man. It's a good. I like Philly, man. It's a great state.
That's cool indeed. That's indeed. So man, we're gonna end the live, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. This is my first time using StreamYard. Yeah. I appreciate you, brothers, man. Thank you, Dolly, for helping me set it up earlier today. I appreciate you, man. El Salvador to the world, you know what it is. Man, I would tell anybody, man, take the time out to travel, man. Get your passport. Man, life is not that long, man. So take the opportunity to see another culture, go to another country, jump on a plane, jump on a boat, drive to another country. Because you can drive to Canada and Mexico, and that's experience for somebody that ain't never been there. They're right next door to the US, but they operate totally different than how the US operates, man. Canada, Toronto reminds me of Europe. They operate like they're Europeans over in Canada. And Mexico, they party, they have a good time. They got a lot of history, they got a lot of culture. And it's a third world country, but it's well developed. That's another thing. I could do a live on that, man, when I start going to Mexico. Because you always see all the Mexicans trying to come to the States. So then everybody thinks that everybody's poor. It's some Mexicans in Mexico that will clean our clock in the US. They have money, they have paper, they live good. I think the guy that owned Motorola at one time, he was the richest man in the world. Guess where he was from? He grew up he was born or grew up in Mexico.
Yeah.
The guy that owned Roller, I forget his name, man. I forget his name right now. But he
talking about Carlos Slim?
Yeah, Carlos Slim, that's him.
Okay.
So man, don't turn your back on Mexico, man. They got a lot of nice places. So man, I just tell everybody, man, we just trying to push the travel on you. You might be stuck in the matrix working, running that treadmill, I call it, every day, man. Is take a chance, man. Walk out on faith, man. Take a trip. If you're married, go with your wife, go with your kids. Some people are like, oh, I can't go because I'm married. Take your wife and kids instead of going to Florida every year. Go to another country. Because when I grew up in Philly, it was like a big deal. We was like little kids. Like people were like, yo, what did you do this summer? Oh man, I went down to Florida, like from Philadelphia. So that was like a big deal for people. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or go to Maryland, to the Ocean City, Maryland, and stuff like that. And they thought that was like a trip, man. That same one you could have went to like Colombia. So that's all I have to say, man. So I'm gonna end this live. Talk to you guys in the next one. I salute you all. Peace out from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks.
Yeah.
Peace.